Hi there, it is your friend Chris Luck, founder of AMBSDR.com, and welcome back to another live stream party. It's not on a Monday, though. I think it is Thursday. It's July 27th. I think it's Thursday. I'm totally thrown off because we had our final softball tournament for my daughter, the team that I coach, my wife and I coach. We had a traveling tournament. We went to Holiday World for the day before the tournament. So we were like around the Santa Claus, Indiana area, and it was a lot of fun. So got back really late though, and I was not ready to do a live stream on Monday the next day. So thank you for all of you that are taking the time to show up live right now, because I always will do a live stream every week, but some weeks are going to be different days than others, just depending on like my personal schedule. But I guarantee I will always get a live stream out to you no matter what, because I like, there's so much that I need to share, and every week. So that's why I'm here. So let's go ahead and just dive into today's agenda. So like I said, it is July 27th, and the motivational video that I shared was I Will Not Give Up. Very powerful 10-minute video. I recommend everybody watch if you have time to watch. And you know what? Let me go ahead and turn on my, there I am. Turn myself down on at the bottom of the screen here, just because we're just kind of going through an agenda. So I don't mind being here, covering up a little bit of the screen, because it's not something I'm not covering up anything important. So that was the motivation for today. And then the next is the announcement. So big announcement. I am not sick anymore. The last live stream that we were here together on, I was very, very sick. But again, I always promise to show up every week for you, and I was still here, even though I wasn't feeling good. But I'm not sick now. I feel great. And we got second place, unfortunately, in our last softball tournament of the season. So just to give you a little peek into my personal life, again, that's my daughter, Cammie. I caught her in one of my editorial moments when I saw her watching the team that she was about to play. We couldn't figure out where she's at, because the whole team was together waiting for this game to finish. And then I was like, where's Cammie at? And then she like snuck around where she could be in the outfield, just to kind of see the whole field. And so I thought that was a cool photo. But that was her crushing it at second base. And that was us holding up the plaque that we got second place in the tournament. And that's her holding her, or wearing her big old ring that she got. That's the whole team with all their rings that they got. And they're wearing all the reindeer stuff, because it was like a Christmas in July kind of tournament, which was pretty cool. That was her crushing a ball. And, oh, check this out. That was her hitting a home run. And so super proud of her on that one. And actually bringing two others. And that's the whole team. That's me there in the middle, and this is my life. Whenever I'm not working, I'm this is my family away from my family. So that's Cammie, and that was pretty much our weekend. That was the team we played. Crazy story. This girl here in the middle, in the blue, kind of just, I don't know if you can kind of see her or not, but anyway, she's got like dark hair. She was the reason that we got second place. She was their pitcher, and she was pitching 55 miles an hour. And she is almost 11 years old. If you put it, we were running the numbers and figuring out like the reaction time. Well, by the way, she was the fastest pitcher in the 10U is like our what is it? Like our league that we're in, like 10-year-old girls. So she is the fastest pitcher in the country, in the United States. And so we played against them, and that's why we lost, was because none of our girls could hit off of her pitches. And to give you an idea, our girls pitch like 37 to 40 miles an hour, and she pitches 55. And then we were trying to figure out like, what reaction time do you have to hit her, like the balls that she's pitching in? It would be equivalent to, in Major League Baseball, swinging at a 95 mile an hour fastball. That's how fast like the girls would have to react, because she's only like 36 feet away from the plate. So anyway, crazy. But anyway, that's why we got second place. What was really her, whenever we did get our bats on the ball, we were definitely running the bases, but they're just a little better than we were, which is totally fine. So I'm also another announcement. I'm still absolutely terrified of roller coasters. When we went to Holiday World, I am terrified of heights, because one of my 19 jobs that I was fired from was I was a roofer, and my job as a roofer was I had to do the tear off like of the shingles before we put new shingles on roofs. And I got all the way to the edge on a gutter on a 1.5 story house, and then I lost my balance and fell off into a rose bush, and So since then, I'm just terrified of heights. So I promised my kids that I would go on roller coasters with them, and rode 2 roller coasters, and I felt like I was going to throw up. So I'm still terrified of roller coasters. My birthday is on August 1st. For anyone that's just kind of curious, that is coming up on a Tuesday. And I'm actually going to take my family on a little mini vacation this weekend, and we're going to come back on the 2nd. So the next live stream party is going to be next week, but it'll be on August 3rd. So if you want to mark your calendar on August 3rd, I recommend doing that now. And another announcement I didn't put on here. Let me see in the chat. Jessica Carey, are you here? Let me know if you were here, Jessica, because if we take a look, 3 days ago, I saw in the YouTube section, Jessica, you should totally put this in the review section because it made my day when I read this. So Jessica, she said, if anyone, well, first off, she said, start uploading YouTube shorts. But then here she said, if anyone was questioning whether they should explore YouTube shorts or not, hesitate no more. You'll definitely want to start uploading them because your next short could go viral. So Jessica started uploading shorts at the beginning of the month, and that was July, and she now has a short with 106,000 views, and she already has 230 subscribers on YouTube. So she said the process works. I can't wait to see the continued growth. And then you can see she has her YouTube account connected to vidIQ, which is what I recommend. And we have blueprints on all this. You can actually go to the blueprint section in Ambassador and just do what I taught her and all of you. But you can see she's achieved all these incredible achievements, just literally getting started within her first month on YouTube. So, and her YouTube channel, for anyone who wants to check it out, is Creativity Chronicles. Really, really cool YouTube channel name. So big hats off to Jessica. And if you go to calendar, you'll see the live stream party. The next one is going to be on August 3rd. So this is where if it does not say, here, let me turn off my cam. This is where my face does get in the way. So down on the bottom right, if it doesn't say going, it'll say RSVP. Just make sure that you click on RSVP so you get reminders. And if you click on August 3rd, this is where you'll see I actually do have the right YouTube video in there for August 3rd. Oh, and then Allie actually says Don has been crushing it too. So I'll have to take a look and see Don, because if we go to reviews, I know Brian Jackson, which is another Ambassador family member. He said, big thank you to Chris Luck and Instructions and Positivity and Jessica for the motivation and social proof to get him posting YouTube shorts. So 5 months ago, he knew nothing about this. 6 weeks ago, he heard about it. And about 2 weeks ago, he created his first YouTube short. 1 week ago, he did his first attempt and already hit 1,500 views. So YouTube shorts work definitely for everybody. And this is a big reminder to everyone inside Ambassador, including you, is that when you first get into Ambassador, I always recommend starting off with certification, because when you start off with certification, that is going to give you the ability to build the foundation of your business, right? So instead of just unlike what influencers do, where influencers are just influencers on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that, what I don't want you to do is to build your whole business on someone else's business, like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. What I recommend doing, and that's why I always recommend you start with certification, is you start off by building your blog or your website, or have your own place that you own and control. Because once you have that built with certification, then you can jump into the blueprints inside Ambassador. And if you want to give YouTube a shot, we got blueprints on how to give YouTube a shot. And I'm going to have blueprints on TikTok, blueprints on everything. But I always recommend having your actual certification completed, because you'll have your blog off and running. You'll be writing your articles and your listicles, and you'll be reviewing products in different categories. You'll know what kind of industry you want to go into and why. All the foundational elements of being a successful brand ambassador and setting yourself up for success on day one. So I know when people are just getting in, they're always really confused about that. Like whenever they see people talking about YouTube and this and that, like, where do I start? Where do I start? And always start with certification for sure. Okay. So those were kind of some announcements. I know a lot of these are like more announcements about my personal life, but you know what? We do this business so we can live a fun and happy, fulfilling life. And I always just like to let you all know the kind of life that I'm living whenever I'm not working, because it's not always all about work all the time. Moving on to trends. So for trends, we have a bunch of trends that I have published inside of Ambassador over the last week. So definitely take a look here at the trends whenever you can. Just as a reminder, you go into Ambassador on the left-hand side, you click on trends, and then this is where you can see really deep, detailed breakdowns of all the trends that you're going to hear me talk about right now. And I even include like the little trend lines and all that kind of stuff. So we have the cold plunge tub. The cold plunge tubs, they have right now 74,000 searches per month, 99x growth. And then once I give you the Notion document here, in one click, you can actually go directly to that trend to read more about it. If one of these trends is in alignment with what it is that you have built your blog around, I try to mix it up where I have different categories each week for you, where I'm not always talking about just AI, or I'm not always talking about vitamins or anything like that. I'm trying to always kind of have them across the board, because I know a lot of you have a lot of different blogs and a lot of different industries. And this is just also to open your mind to the possibilities of what's out there. So we have inflatable ice baths, kind of go hand in hand with cold plunge tubs, 5,400 searches per month, 1,450% growth. We have the home EV chargers, 18,100 searches per month, 1,011 percent growth. We have paint protection film. This is for automobiles, for those of you that are in the automotive industry, 33,100 searches per month, 376% growth. We have Copenhagen planks, which is 27,100 searches per month, 1,540% growth. And I see Naomi says, I love trends. I love that you love trends. And if anyone else that loves trends, let me know in the chat, because that's kind of a big surprise for today. I'm going to go really deep on some really cool things I want to show you that I actually do behind the scenes for these trends, because I have a lot of people always asking me, how do I put these together in these reports, and how do I find this kind of stuff? And I'm going to show you one of my secrets here today. We also have home assistants, which this is like the Alexas of the world and the Ring doorbells and things like that. 301,000 searches per month. There's a lot of different directions you can go with this. 558% growth. We have cellular shades, 22,200 searches per month, 9,100% growth. GPS dog fences, 9,900 searches per month, 667% growth. Smart telescopes, 2,400 searches per month, 100% growth. And I cannot pronounce this for the life of me. I usually do go to Google and figure out how to actually pronounce this before I do a live stream about it, but I totally forgot. But anyway, whatever that word is, it's an acid serum that has 9,900 searches per month and a 1,700% growth. So, and just taking a look here at the chat, I see Robert says trends are amazing. Shama says, I love trends too. Queen Peterson says, love trends. We have Juliana that loves trends. We have Donald says, what's not to like about trends? It looks like all of you love trends. Good, because Birdie says, I do as well. Caught 3 from the latest trends posted trends. That's awesome. So great, because here's the thing with being a brand ambassador, to really like what my goal is, and my job, and my what I do every day is try to constantly inspire you and motivate you and push you to always be out there finding cool stuff to talk about, and then talk about that stuff and get paid to talk about that stuff, specifically brands that nobody has really discovered yet, going on big trends that are happening. So like AI has been a big thing over the last few months. So that's why I've like really been talking about AI a lot, because I've seen hockey stick trend growths on everything related to AI that I've never seen before, like in 24 years, almost going on 25 years of doing this. So that's why I've always been talking about AI, but I'm always going to steer you in a direction where I'm getting excited about stuff, because I can't talk about everything myself. And now that I'm running ambassador for all of you, unfortunately, I can't spend my whole day actually going out there and talking about cool things, because I'm putting together stuff like I'm doing right now for you every week, and creating the blueprints and hanging out in the community. And I've got the Alliance members that I'm helping out, and all of that. So when I show up on live streams, I get energized by showing you all the stuff that I'm excited about. And I'm hoping that you all are getting excited too, and are actually going to go and take action on some of this stuff. So I'm glad that you all love this kind of stuff, and that you are taking action on it, because that just inspires me to keep going and keep doing what I do for all of you. So let's go ahead and talk about the discoveries for this week. there is one link I'm going to include here for you that you can be able to click and go check out. It's a YouTube video that is by a guy that is super deep into SEO and as always does a really good job breaking down strategies and ways that you can kind of really game the Google algorithm in ways that I don't really talk about. So whenever I come across things that are from people that I look up to and they talk about things that I don't talk about, I am going to point you in their direction, not for you to buy their stuff, but this is like a free YouTube video. You can just click on it. In this video,
I'm going to show you a personal tag.
His name's Matt, and for some of you already kind of know who he is. But he was big on YouTube a long time ago. Then he stopped for a while, and then now he's coming back. But and he does have a course and all that. I've never been through his course, so I can't comment on how good his course is. But his videos every once in a while, not every video he does, to be totally honest, but every once in a while he has a video that just crushes it with really good content. And this is one of the things that I wanted to share with you was his video gets really good exactly 4 minutes and 38 seconds in. And when you click this link, when I give you the Notion document, it'll take you right to that part of the video.
First thing you want
where he's talking about basically optimizing for search intent, which is exactly everything that I teach you inside the certification program inside Ambassador is all about writing articles that optimize for search intent. Because unlike going on TikTok and the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the Twitters and the threads and all the new social things that are going on out there, when you take the time to create stuff for those platforms, you might get a little spike in content or a spike in activity if you got in front of the right people at the right time and the algorithm was in your favor at that exact moment. And if you do have a perfect lightning strike, unfortunately, within 48 hours, your video is just going to pretty much disappear on the platform because then someone else steps in your spot. Whereas when you build your business around writing articles that intentionally rank really high in Google, you're planting seeds in the Google garden that are going to produce fruits for you for the labor that you put into planting those seeds forever. And the whole thing, and that's only going to work if you optimize for search intent. So that what he talks about is really cool when he gets into that part of his video. And basically, from a very high level overview, I'll tell you right now, is that when you publish an article on your blog, what you can do, and I've never talked about this before, is you go into Surfer right away and you can create an audit for your article immediately and take time to go through that audit and do that and basically it's going to give you all these additional recommendations on things that you can fix on your article that the Surfer content editor will not have in the content editor. So it's like a content editor on steroids, and I never even thought of it like that. So I did it with a few of my articles, and sure enough, it was amazing on what it showed you that you can do to fix it. And your article will rise up on Google as a result. So one of the things that he talked about in his video is that I wish I could find it so I could just show you, but I forgot exactly where it was. But basically, he has an article that is about it's about online casinos. Like he has an article where it's like the best crypto online casinos or something, and very competitive search terms. And he was like very far down on Google, like on page, I forgot what, not on page 1, like really far down on Google. And then he ran that article through Surfer SEO's audit tool. And when he did that, he actually took time and made all the tweaks that Surfer, the audit tool, recommended. And he went from like way down in Google to literally the top listing on Google for just a keyword that's just, I can't imagine how much money he's bringing in for referring people to these crypto casinos and stuff. So anyway, really cool. So that was a discovery that I just found literally last week. So I just wanted to share it with you. And again, the links are going to be in this Notion document, so you will have access to it. And another really big discovery I mentioned once previously, but I can't remember when and where and how deep I actually talked about it. But it was a tool that came across my radar, and I mentioned it to you because it came across my radar, but I didn't have time to dive into using it, and it's called Glimpse. And then I finally took time last week to play around with it, and oh my God, it is an extremely powerful tool for exposing trends before they happen. Okay. So if we click on it, it's just meetglimpse.com. And when you go to Glimpse, it is basically a Chrome extension that so if you're not using Google Chrome, I recommend put that top priority for you. You need to install, it's free, install Google Chrome. It works on every platform, Mac or PC. And you log in to Google Chrome because it's through Google, it's their browser. And then you install this Glimp extension. And what it does is, in addition to all the other cool extensions you can get when you're using Google Chrome for free, is that the Glimpse extension, you can go to Google Trends and then search for stuff on Google Trends, and it basically is supercharging trends and giving you so much deep data on trends that would normally take me days to go and like put together and put a report together to figure out how to really capitalize on a trend. And it's unbelievable. So not only is this going to be a discovery that I'm telling you right now, but this is going to naturally lead into the next blueprint that I want to create for you, which is actually going to be called How to Find Trends Before They Happen. So when I'm sharing trend reports with you every week inside Ambassador, there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of trends that are popping up every month. And I would completely overwhelm you if I just did trend reports on everything that I'm coming across inside Ambassador. So what I'm doing for you inside Ambassador is I'm hand picking like the top 5 to 10 every week that are just like the biggest breakout trends for you to really jump into if you want. So that's kind of what I'm doing from a high level, and a lot of you find it really helpful and it really inspires you, and a lot of you are making money off of them, which are great. So what I want to do though is actually show you how to go and use Glimpse in a really cool and clever way to find trends before they happen, if this is something you want to do on your own. Now, for what I'm doing with trend reports, I'm not only just using Glimpse. I have a research team that's actually using several tools that we pay enterprise level access for to surface a lot of trends. And then I have teams that write the reports and all that kind of stuff, and then I go through and add more to them. And it's a lot on what we do to deliver trends to you every week. So this is one of many tools that are now going to be in our toolbox of how we are putting together these trends. So instead of creating this, and thank you, good fellows, by saying this is platinum level content, because we're thank you. That really makes me feel good because I take a lot of time to put together these Notion documents every week, and content and new tools and just showing you behind the scenes, and takes a lot of time for me to do this kind of stuff. So whenever I hear those of you have good things to say about it, really makes me feel good about what I do. Because I also have people on the other side of the coin inside Ambassador that it's like they don't like Ambassador, which I don't know what's there not to like about Ambassador, but you can't please everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach this blueprint live because I need to record it anyway. And instead of me, just jumping into Q&A and then just doing that for this live stream party, I think it'd be fun to just teach this live because I love teaching live. It's so much more fun and raw and real and transparent and authentic, and there's no editing, and I just teach, and then I kind of get your feedback as we're here. So we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a transition right now to where I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to do the introduction as if so when you would ever go click play on the blueprint for this later, it's going to start like at this moment, because I'm going to have to trim this part out and then isolate this part of this live stream for the blueprint training and put it in as a blueprint. So just give me a second so I can pause, so I can go into the timeline when we're done here and figure out like, when did I start that blueprint thing? So, and that's the benefit of being here live, is you get to kind of be a fly on the wall and actually see me do this live, which is can be good or bad. Depends. Hi there, it is your friend Chris Luck, founder of Ambassador.com, and welcome back to another Ambassador Blueprint. This one is going to be titled How to Find Trends Before They Happen, which you probably already knew that title because you clicked on the blueprint to see what this was all about. So what we're going to do is jump over into my computer screen together, and this is the Notion document that I will include a link to below this blueprint when you're watching this inside of Ambassador. And just so you know, to be totally open and honest with you about how I'm doing this. This is not pre-recorded. I didn't do like a lot of fancy editing or anything like that. We actually have. I'm doing this on an Ambassador live stream. So I do live stream parties every week, and we have a lot of you are actually inside of Ambassador right now. We have Shama that says, "I enjoy the live sessions. Thanks, Chris." I'm looking through the chat right now. Goodfellow said there should be a love this button, not a like. And then Naomi saying amen. Goods saying this is platinum level content. So yeah, we have a lot going on in the live stream chat. So if you've never been on a live stream party, definitely go to the calendar inside Ambassador and look for an upcoming live stream party, RSVP to it, and show up because I like to teach these blueprints from time to time live because it's a lot of fun to have a live audience when I'm teaching. And I like to teach in a very different way than everybody else. I like to do it more in a raw, real, authentic kind of way instead of pre-planned and scripted and all that kind of stuff. That just seems like a lot of work. And so thank you, Julianne, by saying love this. So let's go ahead and get into how to find trends before they happen. So this is going to be a blueprint for ambassadors who want to get in early on trends that show signs of long-term growth. Because I'll tell you right now, there's thousands of trends that pop up every month on my radar, and I would say the vast majority of them are trends that will be very short-lived, meaning if you take the time to create not just an article around it, but a whole cluster of articles around a trend to really capitalize on it, it might be really good for a month or two, but then it might fizzle out because it's just a kind of a it's like a blip in your radar. Whereas it's much more fun to not only see a trend that is happening, like imagine like you're off the shore in North Shore in Hawaii and you're a surfer and you see this like monster wave starting to form and you've been surfing for 25 years and you know how to spot waves before everybody else. And so when you see this wave starting to form, you're like paddling out there and everyone else is probably thinking, what's this person doing? They're crazy. There's nothing happening out there. And then all of a sudden this wave forms and you're the one that caught the wave and everyone else is like, God, I wish I would have went out there with him. So that's kind of that's a secret power that you can have as a brand ambassador, is to find the trends before other people really catch on to what's happening, because then you can already have all of your assets out there on the internet and your articles written, your videos out there, all kinds of stuff. So as that wave continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger, you're already out there. You've got your seeds planted, and then so you're good to go, and everyone else is trying to get on, jump on board when it's too late. So let's go ahead and it's really simple. This is not going to be a super complex blueprint. And I try to keep the blueprints very short and sweet. So it's like, hey, if you want to know how to blank, here's the blueprint. If you want to know how to do this, here's a blueprint. So instead of making it like these long, multi-module, boring courses. So step one, get Glimpse. So Glimpse is going to be something that is required for this blueprint to work. It's a Chrome extension that actually supercharges Google Trends. If you don't know what Google Trends is, it's free. You just go to trends.google.com and you basically can see cool trends that Google's showing you that's happening based off of searches that people are putting into Google. Now, what Glimpse is an extension that plugs into Google Chrome. If you don't have Google Chrome, it's a browser. I recommend you get that first because you need it for Glimpse to work. And it's free also, and it works on Mac or PC. So you can get Google Chrome. Then what you do is you get Glimpse by going to meetglimpse.com. So, and they also have this thing called a monthly email report. I've never even looked at it. I don't recommend it. I just use the extension. So when you go to meetglimpse.com, this is what it looks like. So you can discover trends before they're trending. And again, it's going to bolt on to Google Trends. So you install the extension and then you don't actually, there's nothing to log into at Glimpse. It's just running on your browser. Think of it as like your browser is a car engine, and then Glimpse is like a turbocharger or an upgrade that you put on your engine. It just sits there. And then whenever you go to Google Trends, you're going to see it in action. Okay. So let's show you how this works. So step one, you get Glimpse. And then what we're going to do now is step two. there's two different ways you can use Glimpse. You can use it to discover a trend, or you can use it to search and like dive deeper into a trend. So let's start off with discovering a trend. So again, you want to make sure that Glimpse is installed on Google Chrome. And then what you do is you go to trends.google.com. That's where Google Trends is. So let's go ahead and click there, because I like to tell you what to do, but then I like to do it with you so you can see it working. So once you go there, you're going to click on the Discover tab at the top. So here we are at trends.google.com. Now notice on the top right here, it says Glimpse and it's turned on. If I turn it off, this is normally what Google Trends looks like. So it says Google Trends, you have Home, you have an Explore tab, but then you've got all kinds of random stuff. Like at the time that I'm recording this blueprint and doing it live, there's a Women's World Cup, there's all this, things going on that's totally random and all over the place. So if you have Glimpse installed, you just flip it on. So now instead of Google Trends, you have Google Trends Supercharged, and you have an entirely different page now. You have a search, you have discover, and you have tracking. So you can track trends that are really like on your radar. And then you can also, once you're here, you don't have to just search for something and come up with what to put in. You can actually dive into categories and subcategories based off of what category or industry you're in as a brand ambassador. Okay. So you click on the Discover tab, and then you can dive into a category you like to identify trends for. And then when you do that, you're going to want to sort the columns by growth, YOY. That stands for year, like the growth year over year, and select a trend you want to explore further. So let me go ahead and show you what I mean by that. So let's say, just coming in here, we have like home, and then you've got furniture, home improvement, home decor, kitchen, you got business, you have all the subcategories in business, and it's showing you how many trends that there actually are in those categories. You have health and wellness, you've got beauty, you've got entertainment, you've got fashion. For those of you that are getting into AI, you have technology. They actually have a section that's artificial intelligence specifically. So for those of you that are into that, there's 870 trends that you can jump into right now. So it's super, super powerful. So let's go ahead and just, let's just go ahead and click on home. Okay. And so I didn't go on to a subcategory. I just went on home just overall. And then it's already sorted right here, growth YOY, and the arrow's pointing down, which means it's descending. So it's showing you the growth chart over the last 5 years. And you can just see a really quick, snapshot of, is it going up or is it going down? Now, when you're looking at this, there's some things you can't obviously, probably jump into, like olive color. Okay, that's trending up, but what we're looking for in peach color and pink and green. Okay, so some of this stuff might not be helpful because I just chose home. So if you want, you can go back to categories and be like, well, let's actually look at, kitchen items. So you click on kitchen because maybe you have a cooking blog or maybe a blog that goes after kitchen related stuff. So then you're going to see trends that are actually related to more kitchen stuff. And then this is where you can see sinks. People are looking up sink depth and the size of fridges. But this random stuff's going to pop out at you like a cylinder gas stove. And you might be like, oh my God, never even thought to go after something like that. And then you can click on it and then take a little deeper dive, which we'll do that in a second. I just want to show you a couple different categories here. We'll do health and wellness. So let's say you have a blog, because I want to show you a couple different categories, because I know inside the ambassador family, there's pretty much ambassadors across every category out there. So I don't want to just always use one category every time I use an example. I want to just show a lot of different categories. So health and wellness, we'll click on health and wellness, growth year over year. And I want you to pay close attention to this. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. Cool. So you can see a little better. There we go. So we went to health and wellness. Imagine you have a health and wellness blog. When you see trend lines that are like kind of flat, and then all of a sudden it just pops, those are the ones that you really want to pay attention to. So clear whey protein, it was flat, and then all of a sudden it just came out of nowhere. Now, I think in Ambassador, we talked about clear whey protein, didn't we? Whey protein. And I believe I did a trend report on this, and I did. So you can actually click right there, and I have a full trend report on clear whey protein. And look, the graph is pretty much exactly what you saw in Glimpse. So I do handpick trends for you and put them for you inside Ambassador. But I just wanted to show you what you need to pay attention to whenever you're doing this for your industry specifically. ED gummies, you can see that's nothing, just trended up. Breath work, that's kind of been I wouldn't like use these tools and just go after things that are just like a gradual increase. I would look when you use a tool like this, I would go right after just scrolling down and going through pages as fast as possible and look for trends that are just flat and then just pop out of nowhere. Okay. So weight loss gummies, as a brand ambassador, you could probably get all over weight loss gummies and find all the different brands, all the different questions people are asking, weight loss injections. A lot of people are looking at that kind of stuff because of the whole, semaglutide and all that stuff that came out of nowhere, Ozempic, that kind of stuff. So that's like weight loss injections. We have page 1 of 17. So you can just go to page 2 and you can see there's some that are like very squiggly like this, like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I would not get into writing articles or going into products that are up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. When I look at trends, I would look at stuff that's just like flat, 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 and then bumps up. Okay. So that was health and wellness. Let's go through a couple others just for fun. Let's go ahead and take a look at beauty here. So I didn't go into a subsection. I'm just looking at beauty as an overall category. So again, the graph we're looking year over year is decreasing or is in descending order because we want to basically find the trends that are popping. So this is a good example. Bronzing drops. This is something I did not talk about yet inside Ambassador. So for those of you, which I know we have a lot of you that are beauty ambassadors, you can see it's nothing, and just popped out of nowhere. So you could get into that. So is this making sense for everybody so far? Before I go a little further, I see Naomi said trendsetter. We said, Don says, you're ahead of your time, Chris. Here's the thing. You are all ahead of your time, Don and everybody else, because being inside Ambassador, it is my job to every day. I am not only just trying to discover the most cutting edge stuff for all of you that you can go out there and talk about, but to actually show you the tools that I use, show you the tools that I'm testing and the things that get me really excited, and then keep you on the absolute cutting edge so you're always ahead of your time, because all of you inside Ambassador, you're here because you want to literally create the lives that you've always wanted and that you deserve. And you want to do it through the vehicle of being a brand ambassador. So it's my duty and responsibility to make sure that you have everything you possibly need to do that. So looks like Bob says great stuff. Okay, I was just making sure that everything's making sense to everybody. And it looks like, yeah, everything's making sense so far. So good. So let's go ahead and now that you understand that we want to look at, trends that are popping off, check this out. Why I get so excited, and you hear me talk about AI a lot, is because if you come down here and click on technology and just look at artificial intelligence, so the subcategory, look at this. You come here and it's taking a while to load. Check out those graphs. Every single one was like nothing, and they all just popped out of nowhere. So what you could do, because I know a lot of you now, knowing that I've been getting so excited about AI lately, a lot of you are getting excited too. And some of you have gone on to create completely new blogs specific for reviewing AI tools and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome because there's so much opportunity there. So for those of you that are into that, let me explain like what I would be doing here if I were you. So like AI prompt generator, it's been nothing, then just popped out of nowhere. So what could you do with this as a brand ambassador? Well, you could go out there and figure out what tools out there and software out there have people created that is helping people that are in the AI world generate prompts, because people are actually trying to find AI prompt generators. So you go out there and you find a tool that is an AI prompt generator. So you need to do a little digging on your own. When you find it, then what you can do is see if they have a referral program where they will pay you a commission when you send them a customer. The crazy thing with AI and software is that tools out there that you can get paid to send them customers are usually monthly recurring revenue commissions, which means if there's a tool that's $20 a month and they will pay you 50%, so they'll pay you $10 a month for every customer you send. If you send them 100 customers in month 1, well, guess what? When month 2 comes around and you send them another 100 customers, all those 100 customers from month 1 are probably going to stick around because AI stuff is amazing. And once you start using it, it's hard to imagine not using it. Your revenue is going to keep compounding off of all this kind of stuff. So this is the stuff to kind of pay attention to. Okay. So let's go ahead and just look a little deeper into, I'll just pick since we're on AI prompt generator, let's go into this next part of the list that I put together here. First, I showed you step 2, how to discover a trend. I saw some questions were coming around. Someone says, let's see, Richie said, glimpse, how do we get it? So again, I've been walking through the whole blueprint. Maybe you just got in a little late for if you jumped in the live stream party, because I'm teaching this live. You actually get it by going to meetglimpse.com. So step 3 is you can search a trend. So again, you want to make sure that Glimpse is installed on your Google Chrome browser. You go to trends.google.com, which is going to show you the supercharged version of Google Trends because you have Glimpse installed. Then what you can do is click on the search tab. So let's remember here, AI prompt generator. Okay. So you can come up here, click on search. So now what you could do is just search a topic. So we could do AI prompt generator. Okay. So, and it says search term. So we want to choose that search term. Okay. So then once you do that, I recommend sorting the results, the chart that it's going to give you for the past 5 years. Okay. So we come back over here. It's already defaulted for past 5 years. So we're good there. And then you just want to confirm the trend is trending up. So let's scroll down. Let me turn off my camera for a second. So clearly it is trending up. So it's looking pretty good, right? So now what you can do, and this is where Glimpse is really kind of taking it to the next level, is that for those of you that are taking the time to show up on these live streams, you have probably noticed lately I've been sharing a secret with you that I did not talk about in certification, because this is all kind of new and can really help you in a big way, is you can actually go to Google, and if you're looking for, let's say you're going to write an article about the best AI prompt generators, well, something that you should kind of be looking into doing now is when you call a listicle article, which is what I teach in certification, which is like the top 5 best AI prompt generators, for teachers, something like that, then that's your listicle. Well, once you write your listicle, imagine a wagon wheel. The listicle is like the middle of the wagon wheel. It's like the hub in the middle. Well, then you want to have spokes, which are like little informational articles of questions people are asking around prompt generators, and write those articles and link all those articles to your main listicle in the middle. This is a new technique that I've been talking about. So what you would do is you would just go to Google, type in AI prompt generator, and then when you scroll down, this people also ask section, this is where the gold is, because once you have your article about AI prompt generators and the best AI prompt generators, and that article has all these links going out to Amazon, you don't want 100% of your articles on your blog to be like that, because Google wants your blog to come off to where it's a truly helpful, and you're writing articles to help people and not just send people to Amazon so you get money. So what you do is that these people also ask, these are all the little spokes that are that you're also going to rank for, that are going to rank high in Google. And then you have a link in all these articles that drive people back to your big listicle article that sends people to Amazon. So these people also ask questions. Normally, if you did not have something like Glimpse, you would come here and just expand, contract, expand, contract, expand, contract. And then all of these that you're seeing here, these are all the questions from the most relevant to the least relevant at the very bottom here. These are going to be the questions that if you write these articles around these and you link these to your main article about the best AI prompt generators, that's going to allow you to rank much faster in Google, and also really give you a nice permanent position in the top of the results because of this cluster of articles you've written around prompt generating. Okay. So I know that got a little off topic about finding trends, but I felt like it was important for you to know, because when you go into Glimpse inside of this Google Trends Supercharge, what you can do is when you scroll down, they've done all the work for you. So instead of you going to Google and searching for AI prompt generator and expand, and contract all of the individual questions, Glimpse has already done it for you, and they're showing you all of the other related terms that people are putting in, and then how close in relation they are to your original question or original thing that you put in there. So that's pretty powerful. And then they also have related queries. Now it's not shown me any because this is so new. It hasn't even pulled any in here yet. So maybe showing you AI as an example for this probably wasn't the best idea. But that's fine. I'll show you some other examples here in a second. Another part you want to pay attention to, let me make sure I don't get too far off my list here, I haven't yet. So you want to look at the channel section and then write down, either just keep in top of mind or actually write it down somewhere, the top channel where you should be talking about whenever you write, let's say, an article about AI prompt generators. Like, where should you go spread the word about that article? It shows you right here, the majority of people are actually talking about it on LinkedIn over YouTube. So YouTube is a nice number 2 than Twitter and then TikTok and all that. But for those of you that are like going out there and then you're writing these articles, then let's say you love Pinterest and you're just jumping on Pinterest and creating pins about all the stuff that you're blogging about. Well, if you did AI prompt generators, you can see there's like no action going on Pinterest. There's a ridiculous amount of action going on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, most people don't know, you can have a LinkedIn profile and you can write articles and blog posts on LinkedIn just for free. So when you do your blog post about your AI prompt generator, you can do posts and supporting articles on LinkedIn and drive people from LinkedIn to your blog. And that's where I would recommend doing, because Glimpse is giving you a glimpse into the future on what you need to do. And then also YouTube Shorts is another place where I would recommend doing it. So you could do a whole bunch of YouTube Shorts around AI prompt generators and talking about, the benefits and the questions people are asking and talking about cool prompts people can do. Just do YouTube Shorts and then drive all the people from your YouTube Short to your article. So Glimpse is just telling you, it's in full transparency, like where you should be spending your time. And then another thing is take a look at the related trending queries. But again, it's not showing me any because this is such a new thing. So let's actually just have some fun and go into something that's a little more less cutting edge. Let's go to let's go to health and wellness and personal care. Okay. And let's just go ahead and pick on grip socks. This is something I was actually going to write a trend report for you on this week. It was on my list, just didn't get to it. So for those of you that are paying attention that are watching this live, you might want to hop on this, pretty quickly. So grip socks, you can click on this and it'll actually take you where you can look at over time. It's trending up. And then also, if there's enough data here, you can click on forecast and Glimpse will show you the forecast of like what's coming up. So you can see grip socks previously looks like it really starts popping off around November, December, probably because people are looking at grip socks for maybe the holidays. Well, right now at the time of recording this blueprint, it is July 27th. But look, it's forecasting and showing you based off of how all these little pops have been happening over time. There's a big pop that's going to be happening. It's literally like your crystal ball into the future, showing you this dotted line. Like you're going to have a huge pop at the end of October going into November. So right now it's July 27th. There's a big rush that's going to be coming here pretty soon. So get on it and write some articles about grip socks, right? So what you would do is you would come down and you could have, your article about the best grip socks right here. It's actually going to show you it. Again, this stuff should have you so excited, because it's having me so excited, because I know all the questions that are coming in from people that I see inside Ambassador all the time about how many different articles should I write about a single topic? This is a great answer to those questions. So if you know that grip socks is trending and it's about to really pop off going in the holidays, well, you can see grip socks for soccer. I would write an article about the best grip socks for soccer. I would write an article about Nike grip socks. I would write an article about grip socks for Pilates. I would write an article about grip socks for dogs. And what about Lululemon grip socks? And what about grip socks memes? Every one of these could be articles. So then once you have those articles, and these articles would be the articles that would be your listicles, right? So where it's like number 1, number 2, number 3, and they're all linking out to Amazon. So these would be your listicle articles. But then if you click on questions, these are going to be your supporting articles and your informational articles that you would wrap around your main article. So if you had a listicle about the best grip socks for women, you could write an informational article answering what are grip socks, how to wash grip socks, how to make grip socks, how to wear grip socks, are grip socks good for running, how to cut socks for grip socks. You could have articles for all of these, and these would be the little wagon wheel spokes that would be pointing and linking to your main article about grip socks. Is this making sense for everybody? If it is, and if you're excited about all this, let me know, because that honestly concludes the blueprint on how to find trends before they happen. I could spend hours jumping into literally hours just playing around in Glimpse and showing you glimpses of all the different categories you could go into. But if you were, for instance, had an article or a blog, about anything in the fashion industry or anything where grip socks would be a good fit for you, you could literally spend the next week writing dozens and dozens and dozens of articles about grip socks, knowing that looking at Glimpse, that trend line is about to pop off going into the holidays because you saw it with the forecast tool that it gave you. And then, so you found a trend before it happens. And then Glimpse also gave you all of the clusters and content you can create. So then you could just go out there and just completely dominate that. Right. So, again, my whole mission as your, friend inside Ambassador and inside the Ambassador family is to show you all of these tools and all these exciting things you can do. But I know there's going to be a very small percentage of you, like in the single digit percentile, that are actually going to go do anything with this. A lot of you just get excited about this stuff, but then don't do anything about it, which is totally fine. Some of you look at this as more of like entertainment, like seeing it's fun to see all this kind of stuff. But for those of you that take this serious and want to turn this into a business, there is a lot of money that can be made from this stuff if you actually go out there and do it. So all I can do is kind of show you the way and then hope that a lot of you are actually going out there and doing it. So for those of you that are here on the live stream, we are going to now shift over to the live Q&A for people that are here on live Q&A or on the Livestream Party. For those of you that are watching the Ambassador Blueprint right now, because you're just you went to the Ambassador Blueprints, you saw this one about how to find trends before they happen. That concludes the blueprint, and I do recommend going to the calendar inside Ambassador and clicking on one of the live stream parties that are coming up, because then doesn't matter, what time of year it is. I always do a live stream every week. So make sure you jump in a future live stream party so we can have a lot of fun. So for those of you watching the blueprint, bye for now. Okay. So for those of you that are on live stream, we're still here. We're still here live. So I need to take a quick sip real quick. So how was that? How is the blueprint? The live blueprint? I'm always nervous doing that kind of stuff live because you never know what's going to happen. I'm always afraid like the internet's going to crap out on me, or all kinds of things could go wrong. So let's go ahead and just take a look here at the announcement. We did the motivation. We did all the trends. Oh, sorry. I need to share my screen. My bad. Share my screen, and we did the blueprint. So now I want to do Q&A. So I only want to take a little bit of time for this because I did not normally in the past I've done the alliance meetings before the live stream parties, but today the alliance meeting is happening after today's live stream party, and the alliance meeting is scheduled to happen in an hour, and I haven't had lunch, so I need to have lunch before the alliance meeting. So for those of you that are here and you're like ready to go for the alliance meeting, remember it's going to happen in about an hour from now. So it's like 2:03 my time, and so at 3 o'clock is when it's going to kick off. And we have a lot of really good questions that came in from alliance members. I'm going to break down a lot of your businesses based off of what you asked me to do. So I'm going to do it. And for those of you that are going to be on the alliance meeting together, you're in for a treat. There's a lot of crazy things I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so let's. I'm just going to take a few questions here. So let's go ahead and pull up one question from Golden Guidebooks. So Golden Guidebooks says, so would we write about the grip socks right now or wait to post them in September? Love this. And with SEO Minion is mind blowing. Yeah, I haven't. SEO Minion is a whole nother topic. But I would honestly right now, I would as soon as we log off on this live stream, I would start writing your articles right now. Okay, because it's by the time you write them, you publish them. It takes time for Google to find them, index them, all that kind of stuff. And I would do it now so they're there, because then it gives you time between now and then when the trend really starts popping off for you to not only get listed and indexed in Google, but ranked up in Google. And I know I was kind of in the blueprint when I was teaching Blueprint Live, I was kind of jumping the gun and talking about a few things with let's see here. I'm trying to do something. Start drawing. Okay. I was talking about this wagon wheel and all that kind of stuff, and some people probably that was the first time they ever heard it. So let me show you really quick like what I was referring to, because I didn't spend a lot of detail or time. I did not do much detail on talking about it. So this right here, if you're doing grip socks, so when I say wagon wheel and I say listicle, so if you, for instance, Golden Guidebooks was doing an article that is like the top 5 grip socks for women, this is your listicle is going to be the article that is like the format of what I taught in certification, where it's you talk about, you know, the top grip socks for different types of people and all that. In an article, you link all of your socks that you're talking about to the products on Amazon. That is your listicle, okay? So what Google does not like right now, and for good reason, is they do not like your blog to just be, you know, all of this. They do not, when they see blogs and everything on your blog is this, that is that's not okay. Okay. So what I'm doing is, and what you should be doing is, you have like your listicle about the best grip socks. And then when you, the people also ask all those questions, like, are grip socks, you know, how do you wash grip socks, all that kind of stuff. What you do, these are your question-based articles. And what I recommend doing is taking those questions that you saw from the people also ask, and you surround your listicle with all these question-based articles. Okay, so you've got all, and I recommend at least 5. And as far as how many should you have surrounding your listicle, as many as possible. The more you have surrounding your listicle, the more of a moat you're building around your listicle that's going to, you know, really protect your listing whenever your placement, whenever you get high up in Google. And then what's going to happen is that when, let's say, I'll take this kind of circle over here. So when you have, let's say, I'll use an orange color. So let's say you have someone from Google. This orange arrow is like someone from Google that is searching for how to wash grip socks, and they find, you know, this article about how to wash grip socks. Well, what happens is that when they get to the bottom of this article, what you will do is you will then have a link that'll take them from that article to your listicle. And not only does a human actually follow this path, but the Google bot, the Google algorithm, whatever you want to call it, they are going to be following this path also. So they're like basically all of these little informational articles are going to get ranked very high on Google if they're very informational and very helpful, without any outbound links going to Amazon or any place where they see you're trying to get money. So as all of these little circles, these question marks, start ranking high in Google, your listicle here in the middle is naturally going to rank high as well. So this is what like internal linking is kind of all about. So anyway, I didn't go into detail on that on the blueprint, because I that's not what the blueprint was all about. But back to your question, Golden Guidebooks, I would totally take the time right now to write your articles, because that's really going to help you out in having time to write enough articles and really build like a nice solid foundation for that. Another question came in, should we be creating a general site for all these trends? So I talk about this in detail in certification. There's 2 different directions you can go when you're building your business as a brand ambassador. You can go the direction that I did with LuxList, which is kind of the direction that like bestreviews.com went, which is a blog that literally reviews everything. And they sold for $160 million to Nexstar Media, because they pretty much ranked for all kinds of stuff and all over the internet. But whenever bestreviews.com started, they started with one category, went super deep on that one category. And once they pretty much tapped out every possible thing that they could review in that one category, then they introduced a second category, assigned a writing team to the second category, then introduced the third category. So they did it one category at a time. So if you want to build a site that can review anything and everything, that's kind of the direction I would recommend going. You could start by having something that's very like your blog itself could be generally positioned like LuxList, right? It could be anything. There's an Ambassador Alliance member, Wade, and he has a blog called wadeswatch.com. And Wade started off talking about all things crypto, and he's making a shift to AI, and he doesn't have to go build like another blog. He could just focus on Wade's Watch and then just make all of his articles now moving forward all AI driven. So it's totally up to you on what you want to do. If you want to for instance, if you know all you want to do is beauty products all the time, you could care less about grip socks, you could care less about AI, you just want to only do beauty stuff, that is totally fine too, because you would have an unfair advantage over people like us that like the Lux List, the Wade's Watch, the Best Reviews. The people that have like the smaller niche type blogs, they have an unfair advantage in the Google algorithm, because when Google sees everything you talk about is only on one topic, you get a couple extra bonus points in Google's ranking system than we would. We got to work a little harder if we want to write an article about beauty products and put it on Lux List, whereas you are gonna rank a lot easier than we will. We could still beat you, but it's going to be a lot harder in our little moats and all of our cluster articles. We got to have more and all that kind of stuff than someone that is just the whole website is nothing but beauty. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Golden Guidebook says, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Deborah says, what length are you suggesting for people ask articles surrounding the listicle? I would never want to even think to suggest and answer that question. To answer that question, I would recommend Surfer SEO, because Surfer SEO, you just go to trysurferseo.com, and Surfer SEO will actually, you can create a content editor, like a new content editor inside of Surfer SEO, and you could put in like whatever it is you want to rank for, like whatever article you want to write about. And then it'll go out there and it'll analyze all of the top articles that are showing up on Google. It'll look at so much deep, granular data about those articles. And then it'll make all these suggestions for you on exactly what range your article should be in terms of word count. It'll also tell you how many H2 headings you should have, how many images should you have, how many related keywords should you have, everything. So I never try to even worry about, I never think about how long should an article be or anything else about the article. I just create a new content editor inside of Surfer, and then Surfer will tell me exactly what I need to know. Preto says, thinking about finding trends related to AI on Glimpse and make shorts, but I'm confused on where to find the videos for shorts. Any idea? Good question. This is actually a question related to an Alliance member. I'm going to answer this question in deep detail in the Alliance meeting coming up in 45 minutes. But if you're not in the Alliance, then you're not going to see it. But I'll tell you from a high level, like a quick answer is, if you want to make YouTube shorts about AI tools, you cannot, it's going to be very, very difficult. You will spend so much time trying to jump around and find existing videos that you can kind of mash up and make your own. The time you would spend doing that, it would be so much more beneficial to you to actually just get the tool yourself that you want to talk about. Like actually buy the tool. All these tools come with trials. So start a trial, like a 7-day trial for a tool you actually want to get paid to talk about, and then make videos that are showing your shorts. Could be quick little shorts showing how to use the tool. And you don't have to be on camera. You don't even have to use your voice. You could use AI to, there's an AI software called 11 Labs. There's another one called Well Said Labs. Actually, Well Said Labs is better. So you would use Well Said Labs to do all of your voiceover for your video. And then for recording your computer screen, whatever software you want to use to record your computer screen, there's a million of them. You record your screen actually showing just quick little things to do with the software, and then you just upload them as shorts. So that's exactly what I would do. And again, there's a longer answer to that, but again, that's the difference from being inside Ambassador and being an Alliance member. As the Alliance member, I will actually show you how to do it all and all that. But I can't go in that kind of detail on just the Livestream Party. So Donald says, that's why I do a Surfer SEO. Awesome. Rachel says, how do we optimize our question articles for SEO? Good question, Rachel. Same thing that I mentioned earlier is you would just log into Surfer and you would do it all within Surfer. So here, you know what? Let me, I'm going to share sharing my camera thing because I'm going to log into Surfer. I just don't want to see all my stuff when I'm logging in. But I'm going to show you, for instance, something that I tested out here recently, because Surfer came out with this thing called Surfer AI, where you could actually put in a keyword and then hit a button and Surfer AI will literally just write the entire article for you. It costs a little bit of money. It's like $20 an article. It's not cheap, but I was just curious how good it was. And I'll show you. So let me, okay, got that. How is this live stream, by the way? Are you all enjoying it? Let me know if you are, because I always like to just, while you're here live, I like to just get a pulse on like how's the live stream going? like it always helps me to know. Okay, so okay. All right. So the question was like, how do you optimize these question-based articles? So in Surfer, so I'm logged into my Surfer account right now. Here, let me turn off my camera. So when you're logged into Surfer, you can create what's called a content editor. And when you create a content editor, you just put in like, I want this article to rank for how to plant lawn seed. And then you just start writing the article and it'll start making suggestions as you're writing the article. Because see, it's telling me right now. So like one of the questions came in earlier, like how long should the articles be? Well, if I want this article to be titled to rank for how to plant lawn seed, it needs to be between 1,960 words to 2,250 words. It needs 19 to 36 headings. It needs at least 45 paragraphs. It needs at least 22 images. Here's all the search terms that I need to include in it. And what's crazy is with Surfer, as soon as you put in these terms, like watch, if I just type in, okay, look at this top thing right here, how to plant lawn seed. It's, I'm currently using it 0 times. Well, if I type in how to plant lawn seed, look, now it's green. So all you do is you write your article to meet all of this criteria. And as you do it, your score is going to go from 0 all the way up into the green, which the green here, it looks like it needs to be around like in the 70s. So that's what I would do is you write your article, drop it in Surfer until your content score is in the green and you're good to go. Now Surfer, again, they came out with a thing recently that, again, it's not cheap. It's like $20 an article, but I tested it, and all I did was I went to Surfer. It's called Surfer AI, and once you're logged into your Surfer account, and then I created, and I just put in how to plant lawn seed. I did not put in anything else. I didn't tell any other information whatsoever, and this is what it did. It wrote an entire article about how to plant lawn seed, and it did it in about 4 minutes. And it ranked 98 out of 100. It checked every box that needed to be checked. It included, I could even make it 100 out of 100 if I took a little bit of time and just included some of these yellow words in here. It's insane. And look at this article. I mean, it wrote just this beautiful article that I needed, and I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to use any other tool, nothing. Now, again, this is expensive. It's like $20 an article to do it. But the reason it's $20 an article is because it took me 0 time. Like it saved me so much time in not spending however long I would have to spend to be making tweaks to get it to 100 out of to get it into the green. So anyway, that's hopefully that was helpful for you, Rachel, and then everybody else in terms of like, how do you rank these articles? How do you know how long these articles should be, especially all the question-based articles that surround your listicle? Always use Surfer. Because that's just, I mean, why would you not, right? So again, you just go to trysurferseo.com, and yeah, Craig says much cheaper than a freelancer, 1,000,000%. And it's much easier than a freelancer because you don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go back and forth. You don't have to tell the freelancer, oh, you did okay. It's okay, but it's not great. I need you to do it again. You literally just go into Surfer and you just say, I need an article on how to plant lawn seed. Hit a button, bam, there's your article. It's completely optimized and you're ready to go. So it's crazy. So it's not for everybody though, because some people, they don't want to pay money to have their work done for them. They rather do it themselves. And if you want to do that, you can totally do it. You just go into Surfer, use the content editor, and just write your article and just keep tweaking it until the magic number gets into the green. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because I need to have a quick lunch. And then for everybody that's an Ambassador Alliance member, the Alliance meeting is going to be happening in about, at the top of the hour. It's 2:20 right now. It'll happen at 3:00. So I hope to see you on the Alliance meeting because we have a lot of great questions that were asked, and I'm going to dissect a lot of your businesses. And I know you all like that because you get a lot of cool things that you can do in your business based off of how I help other people. And we have a couple brand new Alliance members that came in with some really cool questions for people that were they're just getting started, and they're questions I've never seen before. So I've already got my answers prepared for all of them. But that's it for now. Like I said, my next live stream party is going to be on August 3rd because my birthday is August 1st, and we're going on like a little mini vacation as a family this weekend for my birthday. And so I'll get back, and then we will do the next live stream on August 3rd, and I'll try to have another blueprint prepared to talk about, and we'll just have a lot of fun. So that's it for now. Thanks so much for being here. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I will see you on August 3rd. Bye for now.